Okay, hello and welcome to the Cow Corner Dugout. We're here as RR is playing Gujarat Titans, and I thought it's going to be an interesting game. We thought we would have a good chase, but right now it's looking very one sided. But to speak about the one sidedness and how we enjoy one sided contests, with me are our usual suspects, Trinay and Neerav. Welcome, guys, to the show.
Hello.
Hola, amigos.
Okay, so you're Saturdaying, Neerav? What is Saturdaying?
Sitting at home and watching two stupid teams play it out for an inconsequential match.
Where the
I was still
positions don't
hoping for
change?
a still. No, actually, they do. The winner goes up to number two.
Oh yeah, consequential phones.
Why is
It's,
Steve Boy leaving the stream? Are we too boring, Steve?
Uh,
Hello, Ansh. How are you?
so
yeah, it,
Washington
it
gets
promised it promised a lot this game when it began, or like even at various parts. Because I actually after the first over, I thought it was going to be GT's game with the way um, Jofra
Jofra
Archer
Bowlers.
started. Yeah, that was a little bit all over the place. It felt like like I think Rajasthan have had 7 days off, I think, and
Yeah, we had a long break.
Jofra still seemed to be on vacation. So it was just he just didn't like it was all over the place. But it's not like when Rajasthan takes on the power play, you know that they're going for it. GT didn't seem like at any point they were going for it. Maybe that one over of I don't know who it was, the Jofra's comeback over where Shubman hit him over the top for sixes. Up till then, it didn't look like. I mean, they were just caressing the ball and getting boundaries and putting away the bad ball, putting away the short ball effectively. They were aggressive, but didn't seem like an 82 for no loss kind of a power play display by the batting team. So it was largely bowling teams. I think by that time they'd already bowled 10 wides and a no ball.
yeah.
So it was just going steadily downhill. Having said that, there was a point where just before Joss Butler got out, when I looked at the score and then turned off the TV because Anjum Chopra and Murli Karthik got onto comms. It was 150 for one after 13 overs. And I was sitting, we were actually with a friend and we decided to go for a walk. And we thought any other team will take it to 250 from him, except for GT. And boy, we were right. Because I have a feeling the platform was so well set for middle order finishers, and GT doesn't have them. They have today, I mean, Washington Sundar was competent enough, but not the Donovan Ferreira, Tim David kind of a finish you'd expect after that kind of a platform. So yeah, I expected 250, got 220 something. I thought Rajasthan will chase it
Right.
because
I had a very
I think
different
it
opinion
yeah
at that point, same point that you were saying. I was thinking, wow, what does it take for a side like GT to consistently have their top three firing? Because we know that their middle order is been fairly suspect. Today, I think after, if you just exclude the openers, they scored 71 for 2 of 41 balls, the other four guys. So I was just thinking when they know that their middle order is so brittle, somehow their top order manages to score runs. And today, again, I like the way they take that responsibility. Because they take that responsibility, they are also not able to get a 250 or a 260 kind of a total. But today, I think it's like a slightly above par total. And if they're able
yeah.
to put pressure, and we're seeing
Is
what's
it an
happening.
above par total though? There were 220 odd games. There were two of them in Jaipur. 220 to 25 to 27 was chased twice. So it's not like it's an under par total of any kind
Right.
on based on the game conditions. And it seemed like a decent enough batting wicket, because the ball was coming on, whatever. I mean, it seemed like as good a batting wicket as we've seen, right? So I don't think. I thought it was par at best. I mean, but what GT does is they back their bowlers, right? They know they have a
Right.
good bowling attack. And again, once again, despite getting tonked a bit, it was Rabada and Siraj for the power play throughout. So they
Yeah.
put them in the power play and then they let loose their middle. And right now, RR is 6 wickets down, and I haven't seen Jason Holder bowl yet. And I've seen
Rashid
maybe
Khan picked six wickets.
Rashid Khan bowled a couple of overs and three
He's got three
wickets.
wickets. Huh? He got
And
Dubey
yes,
right now.
Washington
He
they let
got Donovan
Washington
and
Sundar bowl for God's sake. So,
Right.
I mean,
And
like they, it's. I think Washington Sundar is a fine bowler, but I don't think GT rates him. So they're not. This was his fifth over of the tournament in 14, whatever. How many games have they played? 11, 12 games, right?
Yeah.
According to
it's
me,
still
he bowls for his country whenever he plays T20 cricket for his country. He bowls and he bowls in the power play at times.
All three of the best bowlers, Siraj, Rabada, and Rashid, all had wicket-taking days. They all bowled well,
Yeah.
especially Rashid. Right? I mean, we've had discussions on previous streams on how he's looked off color and how he hasn't been able to come back from his injuries, but he's looked really good today. He turned it both ways. He had a googly to get someone out earlier, and then had a good leg break, which was pretty fast to get Don
It's
Ferrer out.
turning a bit. Yeah, it's turning a bit.
Yeah. No, those
guys,
are kind of
just a quick break at this point. While we know that the score is 116 odd for six, let's take a quick prediction for our viewers also. We will also just put in a number prediction. How many runs? First of all, who's going to win and by what margin? We're at this 12th over mark. I think as much as they have Shanaka and Jadeja, I'm going to go with a 40 run margin of victory for Gujarat Titans. What about Punirav?
Yeah, I was about to say they'll get to 180 odd. I
You're
think.
saying 50 run margin.
Yeah, I mean
Well,
they'll get to 180. 180. I mean, I think with Chanaka and Jadeja, they
कितना
have eight
230
overs to
मारना है
go,
तो
and
I'm saying
it's
190 तक आएंगे
120.
I'm saying 190
One,
हाँ
yeah, I'm saying yeah, about 30, I think I'll go with Steve Vai on this 30, 35. It
30
won't
to
be. I
35
don't expect it to be a terrible because I think they will now play reasonably sensibly and take it as deep as they can to at least
and they
curtail
have the
the
best
net run
player
rate.
for that.
yeah,
Jadeja
Jadu
and
and
Shanaka is a
Shanaka.
bit of a hit and miss. I mean, he's capable of getting 50 of 20 balls towards the back end. Um, so I would like to see him get set and then play out these 3 4 overs and then target the last 3 or 4.
And I
So
think
eight
RR technically they have two good batters at the crease. Both have finished
with
important
Jofra
games, but
Archer to with Jofra Archer to come. That's it.
I think we had Deep Dasgupta or someone else on comms saying that. No, it was Mitchell McClanagan who said that Archer still hasn't returned from vacation or he looks like he doesn't care. Or something along those lines. Do you
where
think?
did Archer go to vacation, man? He was still in Jaipur, right? Or did he go
No,
somewhere
no, as
else?
in the
No,
8 day.
8 day vacation.
No,
we saw him checking in somewhere else, didn't
the
we?
photo, the honey trap or whatever we called it yesterday.
He was in
No,
the
that
honey
wasn't
trap.
Archer. He was in the honey trap.
Okay.
And as we speak, Jason Holder is coming into goal.
Yeah.
121 for 6 in 12.
I think
Inside
they're going to
edge.
reach 165. I don't think they're going to get much more than that. Rashid has another over, and I think he'll get at least one more wicket in that.
No, I think if a wicket is gone, these guys can't really bat. I don't think their batters after this are going to come and bat. So otherwise, I think this is gone because they also used their impact player by getting Vaibhav Suryavanshi.
Yeah. So they have only Jofra Archer to come.
So
And if
is
he's
this a good
anywhere,
result for CSK?
is it?
How do
How
you input this?
it's bad either way for CSK, right? Unless I
It's
don't
the
know.
same. No, one team had to win and go ahead
Yeah,
Because both are 12
further ahead. Yeah.
and RR had a better run rate. GT didn't have a better run rate. GT had a negative net run rate for being in this particular position. So I think what GT would do is neutralize their negative net run rate and they will go to 14. RR will stay on 12. And just like we thought,
So
if
let's
there's
just see
one
the
team,
points table as it now stands. Just pulling it up. This is where it's at the end of yesterday's game. I mean, one of these two is going to get to 14 points of 11 games, right?
correct.
How does that affect the teams below them?
no. Ideally, if you're looking at it from CSK or KKR's perspective, you'd actually want RR to win and go ahead because GT have the lower net run rate. So I don't see how this is
Right.
beneficial
Not
for
That is
CSK.
exactly
not
what
after
even
this
I
game.
thought.
Net run rate is not going to cut it in this time. You have to get points.
No, no. I'm to address the comment in any way. If you're looking at it, if you're looking at it that way, then either way, GT winning,
I
yeah,
don't
it
think
just
it
doesn't make
matters.
sense.
I don't think it matters much. GT's net run rate will
Yeah,
get a boost after this as well. It won't go
true.
ahead of SRH, but it will.
So that said, tomorrow CSK play LSG. So if CSK win, they go to 12, assuming the net run rate stays around 0.16, 0.17. Um, two important games tomorrow. It'll be interesting if MI win and CSK win. That'll mean that wow, they're going to be now the top six teams, that are competing, and yeah, the MI would move to eight, which would mean they would be on par with DC in terms of points, but still the positions they would still be ninth. That's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah, I don't think the bottom three are in the mix now.
Yeah, they're done.
They're gone. They're
I
gone. They're
think
gone.
the best case scenario is 14 points, not enough, right?
But
So
will CSK win? I think we need a prediction from Steve Bai, because Steve Bai, one of our commenters, has always been spot on with his predictions for CSK.
yeah, so for the table to stay as open or open to most the top seven, top six, top seven teams getting in or having a chance, the best results for tomorrow are CSK winning and MI winning, right? Because RCB, if they lose, they'll be after 11 games they'll be still be on 12 points even with the net run rate. CSK, assuming they if they win tomorrow, hopefully they do, 11 games, 12 points. So the top six, and assuming KKR can, I don't know, squeeze another win from somewhere, the top seven will be looking really, really close. And it hasn't been for quite a while. It
Wow,
was
this is
closed up,
looking like the reverse 2024, man.
as it?
RCB came from the back in 2024. Here, CSK are coming from the back. And I remember in 2024, CSK lost those two, three crucial games. Marcus Stoinis scored 100 at Chepauk.
Yeah.
We lost that game in Dew at Chepauk. We lost to Punjab at home. We went to Dharamshala and won. Then we went to Ahmedabad and lost. And then we lost to these guys, RCB, in Bangalore. So four of the last five games they lost.
Still too early to comment, right? This team doesn't seem to have too many holes. They might have to make a couple of changes considering Salt's out and Shepard's current form and stuff like that. But
See, as much
I
as a
still
team
pick them as
doesn't have
favorites to win.
holes, what happens sometimes is you are consumed by one or two marginal decisions that go your way. Man to man, RCB seems a far, far better side than most of the other sides that are competing in the top six. Nobody, I mean, the kind of finishers that they have, but
Yeah, but
you were able to
Jitesh
find the
and
chip.
Mario have been struggling for long, like pretty much
Yeah.
this entire season. So given that situation,
I always felt, and this is something that I was speaking with my friend yesterday, while we were just discussing what is it that why is RCB going with Romario Shepard? You're just giving him the one over. He's batting maybe 7, 8 balls on an average. Can you not trust Venkatesh Iyer with a domestic spot and move Jitesh out? That would give Jordan Cox a game, and you're able to strengthen exactly those two spots which are potentially weak right now. They have the opportunity to do that. I'm not sure RCB consider, because the current combination of Romario and Rasik, I think they will get the same if they go ahead with.
no, actually it's not Romario and Rasik, it's Romario and Suyash. Suyash, I think the other couple of days back, I posted Suyash and Romario's numbers. And obviously, in general, Suyash has been doing much better. But I've been noticing a lot. I mean, he's not been able to complete his overs in any of the games. Or maybe, he's not been allowed to because they give that one over in the middle somewhere to Romario, right? And Suyash has been, yeah, I mean, the last game, whichever that was against LSG, he was he wasn't getting any turn on that wicket, and he was particularly short, right? So they were just parking on the back foot, and then just
Talking him
donking him
over.
over wicket. And I don't know, maybe that is another weak spot which is opening up. Because so let's see, he perhaps needs a couple of games more, because I don't think RCB has another spinner of any quality, right?
Repute.
I'm not.
Yeah, there Mangesh Yadav and Abhinandan, who's played a couple of games already, is on the
I,
bench.
I don't know much about Abhinandan, so I can't
I think we saw him
comment. I mean, I
getting hit
saw
for
him,
about
but
he was 50, but again, those are just one-off situations. You can never really
Yeah.
talk about the quality of a bowler with this one-off performance, and it's a huge, big stage, right? So nerves are bound to happen.
No, if they thought he was
yeah,
good
and
enough to
it's
play, then he's a worthy backup, right? Or if you want to rest Suyas or Asik.
Of course, a worthy backup, definitely.
no, you're not resting Rasik. Rasik is definitely going to be in the mix because he's the third seamer, right? And Krunal is their fourth bowler. So these are the four who they are expecting will definitely give them 16. And as we speak, Rashid has his
Yeah,
fourth wicket. Jadeja has gone 136 for 7.
yeah, I think I was
He's,
right there.
he's reviewing it, but it's pretty much straightforward.
That's plum. That's plum.
Jadeja missed a straight ball.
So now,
Uh,
when Jadu gets out,
so
Rashid's been on a
Dasun doing
roll, man. 4 wickets.
Dasun doing what he has to do. I mean, what he does best is
Look,
one
Plum,
man show.
unless there was an inside edge.
I don't
No,
think those didn't look like one.
Jadeja already has given up.
Oh yeah.
No edge on bat. No edge on bat. Hitting pad.
It looked pretty straight.
Unless RR have that influence right now to go, change the uh,
The path.
DRS call,
Pull,
path of the
pull an
ball.
MI and knock out the generators. Yeah, on
Yeah,
RCB. Yeah, so their problem combination as such is
Okay,
Jitesh
let's
and
go one team at a time, right? So tomorrow we are
yeah,
looking at this is the RCB playing 11 from the last, playing 12 from the last game. Jacob Bethel, Kohli, Devdutt Padikkal, Patidar, David came in as an impact sub. Jitesh, Krunal, Romario, Bhuvi, Hoff, Suyash, and Rasik. So the problem area has been their fifth bowler, right? So the combination of Romario and Suyash together in the last game bowled 3 overs because of the rain restricted game. So that they got lucky. Having said that, they are not having any problem, even though Hoff took a pounding in last innings. I would say, generally speaking, Hoff, Bhuvi, Krunal, and Rasik are broadly delivering their 4 overs each. Pretty, pretty reasonably, pretty competently
yeah,
at par. It's their remaining 4 overs which tends to go for 55, 60 in a 200 game, right? Which is just not acceptable, or that's their weak spot. This, I mean, there is no solution which I figured from their squad availability. That option of then bringing in Venkatesh Iyer and trusting him with the ball, maybe knock off another 1 or 2 overs there, then I would say bring him in place of Jacob Bethel up front. And
what about Romario? Why not Venkatesh Iyer
Romario
for Romario
in place
Shepherd?
of Romario. That then allows you to bring in somebody else for Suyash as well.
Yeah, because you are now filling a
That
foreign
brings you
slot
Jacob
with
Duffy. Yeah.
huh. So you could essentially have Venkatesh and Duffy instead of the one Romario slot.
Yeah.
what about
Which
And
Cummins?
you can
effectively
still
means
use
that they
Romario
bowl with, as you can't. In
when they
case
bowl
you bring,
first, bat first or bowl first. I'm saying Venkatesh Iyer, let him be your he starts the 11, and you can
hmm,
figure out what is the right position. Because if he's batting, let us say in the 15th, 16th over point of entry, it is batting against pace, and Venkatesh Iyer has batted against pace in the power play for mostly for KKR, right, in the last couple of years. So when he has that ability and he's like a good player against pace, you might as well give him that role, like a Brad Hodge role for Rajasthan Royals. That's why I said Venkatesh Iyer, make him your permanent part of the 11. Romario Shepherd, depending on situation. If you're so you don't use Romario Shepherd, right? He's not Venkatesh Iyer is not going to be worse off than Romario Shepherd. You're just so
as a
struggling
batter,
to.
no. As a bowler, we don't know. Because whatever said and done, Romario does, I mean, he goes for plenty, but ends up taking wickets, right?
Yeah,
There was this interesting part of Jared Kimber's podcast where he said Romario Shepherd is your 1 for 16 bowler. He gives 16
I
runs,
saw that.
but he will take that 1 wicket. It's quite funny, right?
In
So
fact, he
that's his
started
that's
off
his par,
the
which is damn good, I think. Yeah, in 100, in a 200 average par game, 1 for 16 you'll take, man, because that the damage of that 1 wicket could be a lot more
right,
in other
right.
overs.
Technically, Romario Shepherd had the purple cap, right?
Did he?
I
First
don't think so.
game, RCB versus Sunrisers, he took 3 for 54, didn't he? Towards the end.
Duffy
Okay, maybe.
Duffy took three early on. That's
Duffy took three. Duffy took the
yeah,
Duffy took
purple
it in
and
the
cap.
he had
power
the better
play.
one.
Wait one
Duffy took the
second, let me
purple
go
cap
to
on game one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, Duffy, is it? Okay, RCB
After the
versus
game one, it
SR.
was Duffy, yeah. But that's it.
Okay,
He
so
released
from
it
the
the next
11
day
you
and then
have
never got.
from the 11 you have on screen here.
This
Venki
is
comes
12.
in for 12. Yeah, Jacob goes out and Venki comes in,
No,
which frees
Romario
up.
goes out and Venki comes in. That's
No,
what
why
that's
do you
what
kick out?
Karthik is doing.
No, why do you kick out Bethel either way? Both of them aren't making runs, but Romario can give you that over. Let Venki open, and you can bring in Duffy for Suyash or Rasik or whoever later on.
Yeah, but I think that's a solution. I don't know. I don't think RCB is looking at like that. Like we discussed the other day, I think they're looking at having fixed slots and getting people to play around that slot. Salt goes out, Bethel is his like for like or whatever. He comes in as his spot. I don't think he, you know, I mean, at this point, the like for like is Romario to Venki Iyer. That's what they're looking at because in any case, Venki Iyer has been coming in and batting at, entry point 15th, 16th over whenever he's
Yeah.
come in.
Right.
So rather than hold a foreign player inside and a domestic player outside, Karthik is suggesting you play the domestic player inside for batting first, especially. And then that allows you, if you need Romario to come in and finish, then you have that option. And if you don't need him, then you have the better bowler option.
Yeah, you have Duffy to come in. That might be, yeah, that might be the best options going forward.
Yeah. But what do you do
And
when you're
guys,
bowling first?
going back to sorry, quick thing. Jacob Duffy took 3 wickets. Romario also took 3 wickets in the
Also,
opening game.
yeah. But it goes to the guy who's more economical for sure.
Better
Exactly.
economy. Yeah.
So after that game, Duffy won the purple, I mean, took the purple cap.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's the solution we have if we were part of Mo Bobat's team to say that hey man, let's try to get Venkatesh Iyer in because that seems like a good option. But are there any other going back to the 11? Is there anything else that you'd want to change there? Like, do you want to look at a change with Bethel? I know Bethel played that blinder in Wankhede, but he hasn't seemed.
There are too many things happening in this at this point. It it is a qualification at play, right? Like right now, they have not secured their qualification. That's typically when you want to, So I think RCB's got screwed by not by losing the last three games. So they're, um, I think is it last three
They
games?
got
Yeah,
screwed by
last two
that.
for sure.
They also
Two
got
out of
screwed by the fact that they lost Salt, because if Salt was here, like, they wouldn't have the problem with Bethel at the top as well. They'd only have
that
to focus on
happens.
the two lower down. Now there's a
That
lot more
happens.
eyeballs at, yeah.
And having said that, Bethel's quality is there, right? We've seen him. We
Yeah.
know. I mean, he's just seemingly maybe overeager, maybe I don't know.
No, there's no doubt about his quality, whether it was the 100 in the World Cup semi-final or the 150 at Sydney in the Ashes earlier this year. There's no doubt about Jacob Bethel's quality. But if he can't give you
Oh,
runs now to help them win the trophy this year, then they might have to look for someone different.
but yeah, I think the point is they may not want to upset a combination that they're trying right now because they have not dropped Romario Shepherd. No reason why they will drop Bethel unless and until people were talk. I think there is talk within the RCB fan base that Phil Salt could be coming for the last 2-3 games.
Isn't he back
That's
in
the
England?
he's back in England. From England, he could be coming back, is what they feel. Because there was also talk within the fan group if Mayank Agarwal, would be replacing Salt. But since they haven't
They
done it,
haven't announced it yet.
He could have joined the camp, but not officially.
like they
So
always do, what was that run out attempt? Yes, I in
I
fact
don't know,
felt
man. I don't know.
that was the easiest run out to do, and he had
To
given up. All he had to do was. So this is where Dhoni would have not done any of this shit, right? Throwing the ball and all that. Dhoni would have just walked up to the stumps, ran, gone on a sprint, and said, "Okay, I'm going to defeat you here. So you
no,
better
but
go
he
back to
threw
the
the
pivot."
ball. He threw it straight at Rashid. Rashid,
Ha.
I don't know what
And
Rashid
that
did.
too, I think Rashid was a little wide off, right? So Jofra has gone. Got Butler bowled
yeah,
over.
he's licked off. He could
Two
have
wide
done
and
what
six.
Marquardt. He could have done what
Really?
Marquardt did
Oh
in
shit, that
'99
looks
and
so insipid.
under-rounded.
I didn't even see Butler appeal for that. Now I see him walking
I
back.
think Jofra has better things to do.
Mm.
He's checking
He
some.
wants to continue his holiday.
So
Maybe he'll be. So
England
he's been caught checking in. So maybe he's checked out.
checked out of the campaign. Reminder of the CSK run out. Which run out are you talking about?
Uh, some old clip from mid 2010s. I think Murli
No,
Vijay and
if it was
someone
a,
else were both at the same end.
was it okay?
I don't quite remember.
But yeah, I think it's been a little abject surrender from RR. I think this is where they should have had the smarts.
To
They
just
have
give
a
strike to
decent batting
Dasun.
order.
I mean, Dasun has been sitting on the non-striker end, having paid only 5 balls.
In fact, there are these are also good batters. You have Tushar
Tushar is not
Deshpande.
bad, huh? Tushar is not bad.
He's hit those three
I mean,
sixes, if you remember,
yeah,
that
he's a
initial game.
He's a
He's not
thumper,
bad,
is what I call.
but there's still a difference between him and the former Sri Lankan captain.
He's not former.
Yeah,
He's
I'm not
present.
saying Dasun Chanaka is bad. Dasun
Current.
Chanaka scored
He's at
55
two
in
different.
the last 3 overs versus Australia.
Yeah.
So we have Deshpande and Dasun. Deshpande and Dasun. That sounds like a rhyming song. But for now,
If only, if only it was as
wha-
entertaining as you made it sound.
5 overs to go.
uh, right now I think what we are watching is how athletic people get after they have Bimal Elaichi. People seem to be jumping up in the air. People seem to be getting on a
That's what you are
convertible.
seeing. That's what you are seeing. I'm seeing some random Damdar, Mazedar, Tadka from Geo Hotstar.
I'm seeing
And
a
Ah,
Irfan
banshee.
you're
Pathan
not
and
This
Harbhajan Singh talking in English, or rather being dubbed in English for a Swiggy ad or Swiggy Hotstar.
right. I think there are different ads, different preferences, but I think Star Sports it's largely the same on broadcast. Siraj is coming into bowl 1 for 45 of three on a fairly flat wicket. I'm sure he'll want to
I mean,
end it
that's
off
because
well.
Webb have took to him. It's not, I
Siraj is
mean,
bowling to a Sri Lankan. Siraj to Sri Lankan should evoke a lot of memories from 2023.
22 as well, right? The Asia Cup, if I'm not wrong, with that 45 alert.
That was that was 23 September. Because I remember Siraj had three 5 wicket hauls in all the three games he played
the
versus Sri
Asia,
Lanka. One
The
was
Asia
in
Cup was year
January.
before, right?
Asia Cup was 2003, just before the World Cup, few months before the World Cup.
Ah,
2023 before the World Cup because I went for the Asia Cup
Yeah.
thinking I will not
right.
get
The
World Cup tickets. And then I realized World Cup tickets were so easy to get. So
Not in Chennai.
Because ICC is doing the controlling.
the ICC is doing the controlling and they, I think let the tickets went up
The
on sale
company
also.
which has the word control in their name doesn't manage to.
The one on your
I
cap.
don't think ticket
Uh,
was the PCCI cap. Okay. They're showing the IPL fan park in Mandi. Have any of you been to an IPL fan park?
no,
Nope.
man, it's in. I'm not been. Maybe we should just take a road trip and go once, no? To experience it
Yeah,
in like a
some
Belgaum, or
smaller town.
maybe when it happens in Mysore or something, we should go.
I think Mysore
Rajkot,
is already done.
What's
Hubli.
Hubali?
Hubli is
Hubballi is a
Hubli is about 8 hours from Bangalore drive.
6 hours. 6 hours. I just
6 hours.
went last week.
Okay.
I didn't
It
actually go
depends
to
on what
Hubli.
time
I
of day you
traveled.
leave, actually. No. It's depending
Ha
on
ha
what time
ha.
of day you leave. You
Yeah, it's only in tier
get out.
2 and tier 3 cities. Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hubli, I think if you leave at 5 in the morning, you should be there by 10:30.
Yeah. That once you get onto that, once you cross Tumkur, it's you
Yeah,
fly at
but
150.
but butter
Butter,
smooth highway.
Makhan, flat, 6 lanes, up till that, up
I
till
actually,
Hubli.
huh,
Then
I
it
actually feel
go
like this
faster as well.
batter who's batting on. I don't. I stop at 120, and though there are times where
Are
I
you on a
think after
sedan?
100,
If you're on a
I
sedan,
have
you
a
can
S.
go SUV. SUVs are a
Acha.
little dicey on
Correct. You can't
these
go too fast.
Makhan roads. The sedans
I
are better
think
on
I
these
did a
roads.
one. I did a 150, and the car that I was driving is exactly the car that is being advertised in the
Oh,
IPL.
really? You got a Sierra?
I got a Sierra Yellow, so
Nice.
Sierra had to Tata had to sponsor us.
it would have been good if Tata had sponsored. But Sierra is an okay car in the sense it's that it doesn't have great pickup and stuff like that. But it's a good. It's bigger than the earlier car that I had. I had a Nexon. So
Yeah, so
so
enough dissecting on the RCB team. I think there's 100 different things you could do with that side purely because Bethel's opening.
Okay, then let's see what MI does. This
Yeah.
is the 11 or 12 from the last game. I'm hearing rumors Sky may not play.
because he's a father, he's just given. He and his wife have
Yeah,
welcomed the
yesterday. No,
child.
So he wasn't in Raipur till yesterday. So I don't know.
Is
I
Kung
say
Fu Pandya back?
no. He's also.
They said that he's going to be back for the next game, right? Not for this game, the Raipur one.
So does
And
Tilak
even for
captain or does
Raipur,
Rohit captain?
So in the
that's a
absence of
good.
Sky, probably Bumrah will be captain, I think.
Oh yeah.
That's it, man. If you're a bowler, you just don't get the respect. Look at this. A 18-year-old guy He's directly looking only at batters.
No, no. My
Bowlers just
favorite
don't get to
captain,
rest.
my favorite captain right now is Pat Cummins. But I don't know. I saw Rohit Sharma, previous captain. Maybe just give it to him for a game.
Interesting comment. RR have a serious team on paper, but it feels like they've been carried by one magical player. Do you think the attention is just going to that one kid?
It is, no
Three.
doubt.
The attention is, but the runs have been scored by three, maybe
Dhruv.
four players, which is not bad.
No,
Dhruv,
Dhruv Jurel
Suryavanshi,
scored 240.
yeah,
Vaibhav
he's
scored
done well.
225.
Don Ferreira, Jaiswal, Suryavanshi, and Jurel, they've all done really well. They've all made runs. The attention might be going to Vaibhav alone, but all four of them have had pretty big contributions. Plus, at the start of the
And
season, you had Archer and Berger going nuts in the power play. So I think that did contribute to a couple of their wins.
80 of 25 balls. And Siraj
Yeah,
bowling to Shanaka, who's happy taking a
he's
strike.
finally he's got strike after this.
16 of 10. Yeah. That's where Shanaka is. I think now Shanaka will start to tee off now so that they're able to reduce the net run rate margin. I think RR would definitely want to do that because if they're going to go, have their net run rate get fucked like this, CSK is just going to come up at them, and they're going to wanting to hope that LSG pulls a fast one on CSK. CSK has been
So,
that quiet time side that's just found its way to the top. You're saying something.
Okay,
CSK,
what do you think? What do you think MI should do? We have the MI 12 on screen.
if
Sky
Sky goes
I
doesn't
out, who
think,
play.
comes in?
I think they only
assuming
have an
Sky
option
doesn't
of
play,
they have Robin
Who
Williams.
comes
I
in?
think
I think pretty much only the only batter who can come in. They'll probably ask Jax to take number 3 or go higher up.
I would
Or
have just about to say that. So Will Jacks at 3, Namandir at 4, Tilak at 5 in case of a collapse to arrest you this thing.
and
And
that's it. No other batter. And Bawa and Bosch as finishers.
very, very unknown this thing. And after that, their batting is Deepak Chahar, Bumrah, and Gazanfar. So I think they'll have to bat like the way GT does, where your top 3 has to inspire
Has
that
to deliver.
confidence,
Yeah.
bat longer. Huh?
Yeah.
And as we speak, Holder comes and takes another wicket. 3 for 11, sorry, 2 for 11 in his third over, 151 for 9. Shanaka's gone. So I think today there's a big,
Now
big
it's a
net
big,
run
big,
rate.
yeah, 70-run victory. So that could damage them by at least 70 so 1-3. I think it could make a difference
Point
of
seven.
0.2 over across
Are
11
we
games.
having all Gen Z CSK fans on our comment and this thing on listening to our podcast? If we had Matre, we would have qualified. Sure, I think Matre was running in a certain energy and vein. CSK largely benefited from that. But even without Matre, CSK has managed to make a comeback, and it would have been very interesting to imagine how that lineup would have been with Matre. He says he's a millennial. Okay, fine.
So then he'll
Finally,
understand the
we don't have
millennial responses from Sidhu. If my auntie was a man, she'd be my uncle.
all those days of
Those
Sidhuisms.
days, Sidhuisms. You can't get into if and but. Yeah, if you had bowled properly, you would have won half the games. You
If we had proper team selection for half of them, we would have
well,
won.
if you had 28 crores to spend, you could have got Cameron Green.
No,
That
thanks.
all those things, right?
Peak CSK wouldn't have done all this, man. I think they made a lot of decisions under pressure. But that said, this is the team we have. This is the game that we need to play. The game could have ended here. The run-out chance missed by Sai Sudarshan of
Brijesh.
who was that? Bridges. It now depends on Good Pandey. 78 of 22. I like the way he bats, man. He was swinging sixes the other day that went right to deep mid wicket, 10-15 goes back. Swings another one that's in the air, about to get caught, and is out. Washington Sundar takes the catch, 230. And
78, 77 run win. Thala for
what a
double
huge
reasons.
margin.
Look,
Now I'm waiting to see the net run rate. Shubman Gill is extremely happy. So are the GT supporters in the crowd who have travelled all the way to Jaipur. Not too
So
far,
does
I'm guessing,
this-
Ahmedabad to Jaipur.
does this throw a massive spanner in Rajasthan's qualification hopes? Or is it
If
just
let's come to
one
it. Let's
one-off game?
I'm going to
come
go to the
it.
IPL points table and then see if
Whenever it's
they've
updated.
updated the points.
It won't. I mean, it takes a couple of minutes. So I'll check on it whenever. Meanwhile, should we do CSK's potential playing 11? Should we do that?
Yes,
Okay, this is what they had in the last game. Tell us, what are the issues? Now, this was last game was where? At home only, right?
last game they played no, not at home. They played outside. No, they beat Delhi Capitals in Kotla.
So yeah,
I
talk us
don't
through this.
think okay. Sanju and Rutu are doing well, except for the fact that I'm not sure what Rutu. I don't know if you want to change a captain midway, but he is the only
Nope.
person that I'd potentially change. And outside of that,
You change Ritu as in you take him out of the opening spot.
if at all, I would change Rutu out, get Urvil in.
I mean, he's
Urvil
just
bats
about
well in the
now
power play.
coming. He's now coming
He's
into
coming into
form.
form.
He is
I don't
coming
know,
into form only at one
but
game versus
very
GT.
slowly.
The guy he batted
GT and
slowly, and
MI, he made runs both games.
somebody
You
said
don't
I
change
dropped
captains
Karthik.
that easily. Karthik, which
I know
Karthik?
CSK. I know. They said I dropped Karthik for Sarfaraz.
Two
Yeah, I think
fifties
it's a
back to
very.
back.
I don't understand how is Sarfaraz suddenly out of contention. What is it that Karthik Sharma offers apart from hitting sixes over cover and then batting at run a ball strike, for like 20 balls?
He's got two
So
fifties back to back. They dropped Dubey last time. I mean, actually, Dubey was their impact sub, which
Impact.
never got used.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, they have a very clear
or
weakness.
proposed impact sub. I mean, like we don't know whether he would have been the impact sub. He didn't come in.
See, the problem with Karthik there is you have a very clear weakness, which would it wouldn't be there if Safraz was in the 11. All three of Brevis, Dubey, and Karthik are your proposed spin hitters, and they're not as good against a new ball or pace as such. So if you have half decent middle over seam, you can slow these guys down or even get them out relatively easily, which would be solved if Safraz was there, right? Because we saw him dismantling pace attacks not too long ago, whether it was RCBs with
that
that
was
quick fire half
RCB.
century. Yeah, and I don't remember which game this was, but he kept lobbing guys over third man, while the other side would just tap him singles. So you have three very similar batsmen in the middle, which does worry me. And I am getting this slight feeling that CSK is just playing Karthik because of that 14.5 crore
Okay,
price tag.
so the guy who's done absolutely nothing in this 12, absolutely zero contribution, is actually
Dubey?
Dual Brevis. Dubey has dropped some catches at least. So he's contributed. Brevis has done SFA. Is that what you Gen Zs call it?
SFA?
Sweet fuck all.
You can just say fuck all and move on with it.
I was wondering what your shortcut term is.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, he's done absolutely nothing. Against GT, he was 2 of 8, and then he got out, I think, 2 of 9, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, even against spin, Manav Sutar just trapped him up. He couldn't even rotate strike with Rutraj, which is really concerning. And have you guys seen his walkout? He digs his bat into the ground, he prays, and then he walks in. I want to see what he averages every time he does that. But yeah, he's been concerning. But you'd stick with him, right? Who else do you have who can realistically come in?
I
And no,
think
we're not taking back match shot.
no, Brevis would be there for the ceiling that he offers. Of course, he's not got going at all, but at least he has looked a little more promising than Ruturaj, except for that one Ruturaj knock.
What?
I would still feel no. I think see you're looking at Ruturaj's form getting better, okay, but Ruturaj has overall been disappointing. Last game, I think he was like 1 of 2 of 7 or 1 of 8 balls, and then he got out after a boundary. So I'm just thinking, what is the position at that position when you have power play? Ruturaj is wasting balls, and Brevis. Yeah, Steve Boy is saying
Brevis
Brevis
has
is
still
better.
been worse, I'd argue. I'd argue that Brevis has been worse.
Should
Let's
I
look
pull
at
up the
Brevis's
numbers?
stats. Yes, please.
Okay, one second. I've got the one thing at a time. I can't multitask. I've got the points table here. Come in now. Oh, we have Dorian here.
Hello everyone. Was sorting out some. I was just like separating some jackfruit that I got.
Listen, we know you were texting your girlfriend. You don't need to hide it. Welcome on the show.
I was doing that as
Welcome on
well,
the
but
show.
not. Yeah. Oh yeah. I was noticing what you guys are saying about Brevis, and I would say it's he has batted what, like Steve Weiss comments said, what, 3 4 times, and once he had what, a 41 of 27 knocking his KKR, which is decent, but I think he needs to be better with the shot selection. I have a feeling, because you saw against GT, he was just trying to do that no look quarter farm shot, and then he
That
got
no
out.
look is screwing him. That no look shot
Yeah,
is he's
honestly.
gotten out twice or thrice to it.
Okay, if you can see these are dual Brevis's numbers. And can you see it, or should I
Seven
just?
matches.
I
Is that
think that
innings or
also
matches?
includes matches that he hasn't played.
He hasn't batted twice. Last match he against MI he hasn't batted, and against MI was
Well,
the only
It
the
time
is
he batted.
bottom line is he's averaging 16 and with a strike rate of 120.75.
that's
Right.
very, very, very low, very middling numbers. Yeah,
Very, I mean, not for what is expected of him.
definitely.
Right. His previous season strike rate was 180 with a 37. So he's not even like reaching half the average and two-thirds the strike rate. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's been disappointing, right? Now I'm going to get to Ritu Raj's
The
numbers
points
for the
table.
year. One second, I'll just do Ritu Raj for a minute
Yeah, for
and
people
see
who
where.
just joined us, we're trying to understand who is the weaker link within the CSK team as we were previewing tomorrow's game. If you've just joined us, we've already done with the post-match review of RR versus GT. Nothing much to talk about in the game apart from two, three, talking points. So we're already in this game. We did a preview of the RCB MI game, and here we are with the CSK game. Ruturaj or Brevis? That's the question here.
No, it's not or. It's like who's been more effective. I mean,
Yeah,
Ruturaj's strike rate is pretty much the same at
But he
120,
averages nearly
but
double.
his average is more than double, almost double. Yeah. Uh, one has played 10 games, one has played seven.
I think the
Yeah. So not.
250s have.
I mean, so I feel at the top of the order, if Sanju is doing well, then Ruturaj's numbers get hidden. Or I mean, these are middling numbers, which you'd say is okay if your other batter is going hell for leather. Sanju's been doing all right, and that's why these numbers don't look as bad as they are.
Ruturaj's strike rate has been his lowest in the 7 years that he's played the IPL. His previous
Right.
lowest strike rate was in 2020, which was CSK's first time that CSK did not make it to a
And
playoffs.
he played just a couple of games at the time.
And he could show
And
that
that
he
was
had the
his,
spark.
yeah, that time I
Look, I
remember
have
he
the
made a
spark.
runner ball 50 in his debut, right?
Yeah.
Already okay. I only remember the 50 he made versus RCB.
But yeah, I mean, now, I mean, do we come to Dubey's numbers, and will that just kind of
Dubes.
disappoint all of you
I
people?
think Dubey's numbers, like,
No.
has.
Dorian and I have gone through these, and yeah,
Dubes.
Okay, so
Dubes
Dubey is
averages
actually
30.
averaging 30 and strike rate of 140. When did this happen?
Dubes is better
That's
than.
me.
It's that
There's a
45
huge.
of 17 against Punjab, man. That's like,
no. Dorian and I
that is,
spent 20 minutes dissecting this on call, and we absolutely lost our shit because we could not accept that this guy was averaging 30 with a
Yes.
strike rate of 140. We just could not accept that.
I would say
Please,
that he is the weakest link among everyone. More than Rutu, more than
well,
Brevis. I feel like Dubey
apparently
has been the
not.
weak.
Apparently not. Like, so, I mean, there used to be a time when they used to have this stat called Basra, right? Batting
Uh-huh.
average, strike
Basra,
Batting
rate,
yeah.
average.
aggregate.
So Basra, yeah.
So based on that, 170 was elite levels, man. At that time, like 6 years back, 130 average and 140 strike rate. Right?
I think today a Basra standard to get into the Indian team, like Vaibhav
Minimum
Suryavanshi
200.
must be, yeah, it'll easily
Vaibhav
be
Suryavanshi is at
250,
270. No,
220
he's 230,
plus
230 plus
230
40,
plus
no?
40.
No. 260
Just
plus.
and
Abhishek is
KL
at that
Rahul
number.
must be what? KL Rahul must be 50 plus 190.
50 plus 180.
240,
180? Okay.
230. 200 plus. I think 200 is minimum qualification nowadays for the Indian team.
Okay, what if you strike at 190 and average 10?
That's the Shahid Afridi way.
Over
That's
Get into
over
Basra.
over 100 balls, I would accept that.
Seriously?
Yeah, because that means you're
That's
coming
like
in
your
and
Nareen.
having very few balls, no? Yeah,
Yeah,
Narendra
that
will be
means
at that level.
coming in and just like donking it at the end for like finishing off, usually.
Fair enough. Uh, could you say Dubey is not out merchanting it a little bit? Uh,
Yes, yes.
he's batted 8 times.
Dubey,
He's batted 8 times, and three
nine
not outs are
matches, three
slightly
not
excessive.
outs. Yeah, so
He didn't bat once, twice
Guys,
even.
why aren't yeah,
So nearly a
yes.
40-50% not out rate is for someone who bats at number 5 generally. That is way above the average for that position.
well, at
Yeah,
least I would say the way there have been times when the middle order, I wouldn't say has collapsed, but has done pretty much nothing, right? And I mean, Jamie Overton has batted very often earlier in the tournament, but I think I don't know. I don't know what position Dubey fits in best. Because they've tried it to bring him in the ninth over, they've tried to bring him in the 16th over. So I don't know what what CSK's outlook on his entry point is. I think similarly with Brevis, I'm not sure what should be his entry point. Is he a spin hitter? Is he a pace hitter?
He is a spin hitter. He's good against pace, but his role here is spin hitter along with Dubey.
How
And
many spin hitters
coincidentally,
do you need? Nobody's playing that many spinners.
no, no. See,
Sarfaraz is also spin
Karthik was
hitter.
not supposed to play.
Yeah.
His spot was for Sarfu,
What do you mean he's not
pace hitter.
supposed to play?
He
How do you
smashes
drop a
both,
guy who scored
but he
50?
prefers pace.
How do you drop a guy who's played 50?
As in
I mean,
Karthik,
he's scoring 50.
India's dropped guys who scored centuries.
Yeah, but
Kishan scored double
CSK doesn't
centuries now
have
in the
doesn't have
ODIs and
anybody in
everything,
the
but that
bench.
logic is
No, but you
Safraz.
come in as a stopgap is very different. Karthik is a preferred player, right? Karthik was listed in the 11 and he batted actually number 4. And both
Yeah.
times he came in at number 4, scored 50 odd, took his team to victory. What more do you want?
Yeah, I feel like his role right now is sort of to like let
Not get
go
out.
Urvil go hammer and tongs, and then if Urvil like gets out for like less than 20 or 30, you'll have Karthik, who is sort of like a more like mediating batter, like not someone who will go hammer and tongs, but it's sort of like rotate strike in a way. Because I think that's what.
Yeah, so I think 2 matches ago, before he scored his 50, I don't know, one of you asked me about what I think of Karthik Sharma, and I'm saying I still don't feel that he has a role in T20 cricket. Like you can't be rotating strike coming in at 4 and 5. That you have to be hitting
Yeah.
boundaries. So I don't know if he hits enough.
It doesn't, and I don't know. CSK have got like a, I don't know. I
But
don't know
having
if they
said
said
that,
that they
both situations, he didn't need to. 50 or 40 balls was good enough, right? They were chasing
good enough for
160
that
odd both
situation.
times. 140, 160
Yeah.
were chasing, then it's fine. No.
Then
So
there
Against
are
we
those
have
MI,
to. He
situations.
has to be tested when CSK bats first, and when it's a 200 par. Then let's see what he does, right?
he was
Because in
against
each of
MI the
those
first
situations
time.
he's failed. Each of those
Yeah,
situations he's
exactly.
failed so far.
Against MI the first time he was 18 of 12, but he was actually 6 of 11, and then Santner gives him a few slot balls straight for the 6, and then he gets out like the very next ball, right?
I think like it's
As I
like
said,
18 of 19 he ended off. I think he ended up going like under a run a ball because
yeah, yeah,
I remember
something like
that
Yeah.
that,
game.
So
which
I mean,
not
when
good
you
signs,
spend
right?
14 crores, you have to give him a long enough rope. Eventually, he'll hang himself with it, or he will hang others.
And
So
Safraz
let
is
me put it this way: either which way, there CSK is not retaining him, whatever he does. Right? You can't have a player of his pedigree being soaking up your 14 crore purse. They'll drop him and try and buy him back for 1.5.
same with Prashant Veer, right? Left arm long hop.
Prashant Veer, I haven't seen anything, so I don't know. I mean, I've seen him bowl
Uh,
in the power play. I've seen him bat one innings where actually he did okay. He struck the ball cleanly, but
his
not
knock
enough to
against
tell
RCB
me that.
was the RCB
Yeah,
innings was good. Besides that, we haven't seen much.
I haven't seen enough to make a
I feel
judgment call.
like with Karthik and Prashant, they are sort of like players where I think next season will be where we will like really be able to like create a verdict. Because for Karthik
Correct.
Sharma first time in the IPL, Prashant Veer also you have Prashant Veer also it's first time in the IPL. So I have a feeling this season is a bit too early, but next season I feel like it's like okay, you have one season of IPL experience. Show us what you can do, and I have a feeling if CSK if both of them don't perform, I don't think CSK will find them worth it. Even like buy them back in the auction, even if they release them. Like yeah, even if they like perform well next season, they're going to release them and try to bring back at the lower price. But if they don't perform, they won't even bother with a bid.
But what do you mean perform, dude? There's 4 games left. What can you decide in 4 games that you haven't
Yeah,
decided at 10?
thing is that there have been only like I can't think of too many batters who've been broken in this year who've done well in their like first season, right? I mean, I can think of
Suryavanshi?
Suryavanshi
Suryavanshi
was
has
already like hitting.
played 6 games last year. He had scored 100 by last year. You knew what he was coming to. You expected people to have sorted him out, but he's obviously better than that. I'm trying to think. Like in Punjab, there's a shed gay who. I mean, I think he was in some team before, but this is the first I've seen of him, and he looks the part, right? He looked like he fitted on the stage, even after that one innings of his I saw, which was against I
Yeah.
think GT in a losing cause, right? But he played a responsible innings, yet struck it well, hit some clean shots. I can't think of too many other people in that category. So are we being too unfair on Karthik?
Okay, going back to
Sharma?
Karthik Sharma or his numbers, he this year he's played 42 balls of pace, gotten out thrice. He's averaging 19 and striking at 135 against pace. Against spin, uh, he's only gotten out once in the 52 balls he's played against it. He
That's
averages
not a
68,
big enough sample size. It's
but
like
he strikes
out
at
of this.
130 against both, right? So it isn't like he's striking at 180 against one and
So
130 against the
have you
other.
seen those innings? He was run a ball till he was 40, and then he struck
Correct,
three
correct.
sixes once the
Yeah,
game
yeah.
was over. Right? Once we got into that position of 20 runs required.
Yeah, but that
And
makes him look even worse, right? Because he's playing at 100 strike rate and then he just strike rate boosting at the end with
yeah,
Yeah,
but
very
he's
minimal risk.
he's but
wasn't
that's
that
what
something
reflects the
that
numbers, no?
the team mentor also does the same? Used to do the same thing, right, for a very long time.
Who's the team mentor?
MS Dhoni
Sorry.
scoring sixes exactly in the 19th, 20th over when the game is already done and dusted.
But he'd
So
only come.
uh,
He's only batted in the 19th and 20th over the last year or two.
I'm not the last 2 years. I'm saying for the last 7 8 years. I think MS had this thing where sometimes you couldn't explain some of his knocks. As much as MS has been like this iconic player for CSK, earlier years, till about 2018, I think MS has played a lot of influential knocks. Even 2019, that game versus RCB. But somehow, as you age, you know your powers go on the wane. But throughout, I've always observed MS as that guy who would play a match losing run a ball knock and then towards the end come and score these lusty boundaries when nobody's watching, and then his strike rates up, averages up. So that's
Yeah, I mean,
something that I
as you age, your powers wane as well, right? You can't really blame him or take too much away from his legacy just because of those, I don't know, the last couple of years. Which
Steve
take is he
By,
talking?
he's talking about my take on Dhoni.
Yeah, I mean, even Bevan faded away, right, towards the last couple of years.
I
Yeah,
don't know
to
if
be
Bevan
to be to
played.
be fair, I think Karthik, you have to discount what Dhoni has done post 2021. I think when a player hits 40 is when you have to say bus. Like now you have to keep his track record till that point, because after that he's
He became a
playing
specialist
on
number 8
he's
after 21, so yeah,
yeah
I'd agree with.
he's playing on nostalgia, on public nostalgia, right? That is his workout. That's his practice.
That's his role in the team, yeah.
And I it's a unique case. I don't think there'll ever be another case like him, right? Even Tendulkar stretched it till a point, till he was 40, right? He
Yeah,
didn't
yeah.
stretch it beyond that.
Yeah.
2013 he retired. Sachin was 40, 41 at best at that. So you can't really. I mean, so Dhoni can. I mean, these categories of anything comparing, you can't compare to Dhoni to anybody. That's what I wanted to put.
He's the first of his kind, right? As you said, we've
No,
never
that's
seen
why I say
anybody.
I respect Dhoni the player for CSK across the golden
Till
years of
till
2008. Yeah,
21
but I'm
ideally, but
saying
max
21.
23.
I'm
Max
saying
23.
Dhoni has played all those match losing innings from 2008 also, because there comes that one or two innings in a year. If you remember, even in 2018-19 at Lords, he and Kedar Jadhav played once in 2018, once in 2019 in an ODI. Unquestionable, like 60, 70 runs required of the last 10 overs. They come and knock 40 runs. I don't know the exact numbers, but that's exactly how Dhoni played those two knocks. Very, very questionable. And sometimes it happens. Dhoni plays these kind of knocks and
I
doesn't
think
get
those were
questioned
exceptions.
because
I know what you're talking about. See, it was taking it deep, 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 and then pulling it off, right? With his belief that he can get 80-20 in the last over. And I would say he managed 5 times and failed 5 times. But I think that belief he had, which included, I think, the World Cup semi-final, right?
Yeah.
2019 semi-final, which
Yeah.
is where I felt that was the one time where it didn't happen, right? When a extremely vital match, it didn't happen. Because 60, 70 runs of 10 overs with him and Jadeja around, you thought they'll get it, right?
And they were going to,
And
but then he
they,
got run
they were
out.
going to if without that run out, right? So it was
Yeah.
it didn't, I mean, so it happens. Because I've also seen Dhoni
He's
win a match in West Indies, which I think,
what a match, man.
that, you don't know which one
Over Spain.
exactly. You know which
Yeah, yeah.
Against Sri
Selcott Cup
Lanka.
final.
Yeah, that I mean, it was 9 down with 80 runs to win, or eight
Right.
down, right? He played with
No, no,
Vinay
nine down,
Kumar
nine
and
down.
with Vinay
Nine
Kumar
down.
rotating strike, block, 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 single, block, 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 single for 15 overs. He did. Took it to 2 overs, 50 runs, and then or 40 runs, and then
So
won
that
it.
was
So
remarkable.
I
That was like the
so
peak of
th-
peak. That
yeah,
was
so
peak for
he,
him.
I mean, those things don't go out of mind. So there have been polar extremes, but I don't know how many times. There was also that match in Florida where Rahul got 100. I think we were chasing 240, right? He took it
240.
to that
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
and
Two of
245, we
one.
were chasing it to 20, right? And then it was two of one ball, and he got out. It so you it happens, man.
There's also Akila Dhananjaya's debut, right? He takes six on debut. Top order completely collapses. Then him and Bhuvaneshwar Kumar, they just block it out, rotate
Yes,
singles, and then they chase down a 260, 270 target. Yeah, this one.
happened.
I remember this match. Oh, memories of
Yeah.
childhood.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's worth doing that exercise of seeing how many times he actually got to a point where he. But the thing is that without him, it wouldn't have got to that point where you believed you could win. So
Okay,
you have
Hmm.
look at
to
it this
keep
way.
keep that.
Nirav, you said that out of 10 matches, five where it's
I,
impossible
I'm
scenarios where he
I'm
takes it to
guess
the
I'm
end.
just throwing a random number. There's no facts to back it.
No, no, fair enough. Rough estimate off the top of your head. We have
So
such
why
good
do
batting that
you don't see?
no,
Don't do
no.
rough estimates ever, because here you have access to data. If you want to go through an IPL data set, you technically can.
No, no,
So
that's
let's
not my
do that
point.
But
tomorrow.
so how do we query it?
I think the querying is running through Claude, and you get the data set
No,
from
but give,
See,
Crunch.
Karthik,
no, no, but
that isn't my
give
point.
me a what is the question we are asking?
The
The
question
question is,
is
how many times has Dhoni underperformed in a chase? How many times has
What is
Dhoni
an
done
what
better in a
is
chase?
what is
Exactly. So
underperforming?
define an underperform. Let us say your required run rate. If he's batting in a chase, your required run rate is 12. How many runs per over has Dhoni played?
Hitting.
So that is your first level to know how many times has Dhoni's innings been lesser than what's required. How many times has he been above what's required? Then you add the condition of whether that match was won or lost. Take that as your first thing. Then wherever his thing has been lesser, go inside and see where is it that has been largely responsible for his for this team to lose the game, because there are times when, like a Karthik Sharma, all is required is you play it at less than run a ball and help them win the game. Stability. So you discount those things. That's how I would go ahead querying
So
it.
tell me where you qualify May 18, 2024.
May
Mm.
18, 2024.
The
Again,
fact that he
I'll have to
got
check.
it to that position, the CSK
RCB match.
RCB game at the fact that he got it to that position where he required, I think, 14 of the last over.
No, it was
He
17 of 6, and then he hit
whatever
one
it
six.
was.
It was 11
he
of
hits a
5.
six to the roof and then he gets caught on the boundary.
Yeah.
So my point is that the fact that it got to that point, how do you define that, right? That he took it to a position where it looked like, okay, now we can win it. So
For
again,
that
I,
you would need win percentage data to say that, ball by ball win percentage data. So if you have that, then you are able to say at this point what has his contribution been to take the game. Like, what is his impact on the game been from the time he has entered till the time he has left. I have previously built a win percentage model, but that was a system where you have, you're legally buying data and then doing it. But unless you have that, you really cannot measure that point. I can only do a generic off Claude and Crick sheet, but that's a good exercise to actually do.
Okay, look at it this way.
Yeah.
Think of all the matches that Dhoni has won from those nail biting scenarios. take out Michael Bevan and I don't know, take out Tristan Stubbs from the last 2 years and maybe ABD. Who else, if you put in that scenario, would finish it and win those games?
I would say
He
Virat Kohli.
high risk, high reward. Yeah, but Kohli, if you make him bat at 6 or 7, you're losing out his runs
Not
at the top.
No, no, I'm not saying bats. Okay, you're looking only between finishers. I'm looking at people who, like for example, Chris Gale in a chase, or Virat Kohli in a chase, or Warner in a chase. They do their job at the top two, where they have been instrumental in a team winning. You're only looking at finishers because you brought the Michael Bevan example.
No, but those are
So
the games where you don't need a Dhoni, where you don't need a Michael Bevan, because you have someone that good up top who's performed, who's won the game for you. What about the games where Warner gets out, Kohli, Rohit, whoever
no, I
else
think
gets
it'll
out?
be an interesting. So let's do this tomorrow. We will sit on cloud in the morning. We will actually do this little analysis so that we are able to actually present this sometime in the evening on the show. I think it's something very interesting to put the parameters, query, and see where the numbers come by.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, works.
That's a we
Yeah.
are like what 1 hour into the stream.
I am
45
pretty sure
people.
somebody's done this. I'm pretty sure somebody's done this.
Kimber has.
Breaking, is Dhoni is the myth of Dhoni the finisher accurate or not? I'm pretty sure somebody's done it.
Kimber has. I've.
Brought in some
But that's-
qualification. I'm sure ESPN Cricinfo has done it.
Cricket would have written something here.
I feel like every like a lot of journalists would have like probably thought about this and done a decent bit of research about this. Like how what is has Dhoni actually been like a very good finisher? I think it's like cause it's a thing that a lot of people say like Dhoni is a very good finisher. So like and normally normally a lot of people just go and start checking the stats.
See, you generally define a finisher as someone like, I don't know, Russell or Pollard. They come in the last 5 overs and they just go flashbang and they beat the shit out of whichever bowler is bowling at that time, right? Dhoni changes the definition, or he's something else altogether, because of the fact that he's done some of his best work coming in a lot earlier in the ODI format. I'd argue that ODI is his best format, and him and Yuvraj Singh at Trent Bridge, right? In 2017, 2018, where they both made 150 each, 120,
That was
130
Katak.
each.
That was Katak, no?
That was in England.
India. No, it was in India.
No, it was
Katak.
in India.
Oh, my bad.
Because there's like that's because there's also another star. MS Dhoni apparently like does not have like in an official match does not have an overseas century. In an official match at least, I think.
Just
Test
Google
centuries.
Dhoni century,
He
Yuvraj
has
centuries.
6 Test centuries, right?
I don't think anyone knows abroad.
Damn.
He had
He
one
is a
against
look.
Bangladesh, but it was in a warm-up match.
Anyway, so
Interesting.
here we are at the end of. So I think let's do a quick round of predictions. Yeah, Arthav says it was Katak indeed. Thank you, Arthav. I remember that game. I
Yeah,
was
my bad.
watching it from office, and that pitch, Baramati Stadium, is generally full of runs. But getting back to predictions tomorrow, MI versus RCB is the evening game, the game that most people are going to be looking forward to watch. Who do you think is going to win versus MI and RCB?
Let's go with both, right? We'll all say both matches who we think is going to win. We'll
Okay,
start with
I'm
you,
going with I'll go with CSK and MI.
Fair enough. I'll go with CSK and MI as well.
Yeah, I'll also go with CSK and MI. Wait,
I go with CSK and RCB.
yeah, okay.
So
So
Nirav
that's-
is a true cricket fan who's able to keep objectivity and answer. The three of us are CSK fans. Biased,
The three of us
biased
are
answer.
cricket romantics. We want the table to be as open as possible.
Yeah, but it's gonna be tough tomorrow. Pranay, I don't know whether this has been discussed earlier, but tomorrow there is a chance that before the match there's gonna be rain. So
Yeah.
In
High
Chennai?
probability.
yeah, in Chennai, it actually
Yes,
rained today.
it was raining
and,
all morning. It was raining
yeah,
all
and
morning.
there's
welcome.
like
Welcoming the
Yeah.
new CM.
Okay, one second. In which case I will change my opinion. I think LSG will win it.
oh god.
If there is swing in the air,
Of course.
I would
Yeah,
back
you have a point,
back
you have a
LSG.
point.
Also, apparently the pitch
Yeah,
is
it
the
also
same
sorry.
for
It also depends on the player availabilities for LSG. If they have Mayank Yadav coming in, there's no chance.
What is the pitch in CSK, man? What is he saying? Did you all see the picture?
Black
Apparently,
soil.
so like
It's a black soil. Picture of Chepak.
Lush.
like the cricket for that, not cricket. What's the cricket for cricket bus? But yeah,
Yeah,
they
correct.
posted one picture of Chepak, and some people said it looked like some like the GS bowl or like the GS
Yeah,
bowl.
that is one day before the game. A lot of things sometimes they shave the grass. I don't know what's in plan because I don't think CSK have access or control the pitches. That said, we've spoken
Yeah,
about
they
a
don't.
CSK 11.
Yeah, I mean, LSG
11
has to
league.
fix this, man. They have to get
They have.
Markram to the top. They have to add some quality into the middle order. I mean, I think Ayush Badoni deserves another game.
I would
We
actually
discussed
put
this.
Pant up
We,
top, remove Arshin, and put Badoni in.
no, we discussed this last game, right? If you their top four, top five is so strong that the two finisher slots you have four guys. You have Akshat Raghavanshi, Ayush Badoni, Abdul Samad, Himmat Singh, and one more who I can't remember. So if they just fix it, then this is a really good, really strong side, right? Pair that with the pace bowlers and I don't know
Yeah, I would.
clouds
I mean,
tomorrow.
so my question for my disclaimer is Mohsin has to play, um, and they have to get in one or two quality batters in the middle somewhere. That's LSG doesn't win with this 11. The one we have on screen.
Maybe get rid
Yeah,
of Raghuvanshi and then put someone like Markham further down the order and then promote up English.
This has
Maybe.
only three foreign players, so they can easily bring in Matthew Bretsky. They can bring in
bring in
Josh
English
English.
slash Bretsky for
Yeah.
Arshin. Okay, their best 11 is Marsh, Makram, Puran, Inglis, Pant at 5, Mukul
I would say
6.
Badoni at 5, Pant at 6. Man, he's doing when he comes in and he has only one thing to do. No, I think Pant works best.
Would Pant be okay with that? Would his ego as captain agree with it?
And that's
Assuming it does,
result.
Badoni 5, Pant 6, Mukul 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 bowlers. Your best 5. Mohsin, Mayank, Shami, Prince. Digvesh, if you're feeling tipsy or I don't know.
Yeah,
Depends on how the surface
I
is.
wouldn't mind Shabazz in there as well as the sixth bowling option.
How do you fit in
And
6?
So
7 to 12 are the 5 bowling options, right?
So I'm saying, yeah, but then Shabazz at whatever 7.
So play 4 pacers and Shabazz.
No, I'm saying play 4 pacers, 1 spinner, and Shabazz. So you have only 6 batters. Shabazz in at 7.
Risky, but it could work.
And out of your top 6 batters, 4 are overseas players. Rest is Pant and
Pant and Badoni.
right?
But then
I
Badoni.
mean, that's quality, man. That is quality.
That's quality, fair enough.
That's decent quality. They have to deliver.
Okay, one last go of the CSK 11.
GT second in the table with effectively 3 batters, right? And one other Indian talent. And everybody's pitching in.
But the problem is these guys have a lot more talent, but until now, none of them have chosen to stand up. Or until the last 2 games, I should say.
So Markram
So they
doesn't know what
probably
he's
need
doing
all
in
the
this team.
firepower they can fit in.
That's because Markram has no clue what he's doing in this team.
Fair enough.
What do you need me
he
to
needs
do?
Yeah.
That is really stupid. He needs to be opening. Yeah, one last go of CSK's 11. What we think they should do, or you want to wrap up?
Ideally, ideally they should bring in Safras instead of Dubey, but I don't think they're going to do that.
Safra isn't for either Karthik or Dubey, but as Nirav said, they're not going to
Karthik's
drop
not
a
going
very
anywhere.
good century.
If at all, they might decide to drop Urvil because he's been 6 and miss.
He's the closest thing you're going to get to a Matre replacement, so I think you keep Urvil. I would personally keep him. If anyone goes out, it should be Dubey.
You throw Sarfraz in place of Urvil, and Sarfraz is a better batter. So and he's also a right-hander. So there's, it's not like you tell Sarfraz to do that role. I think he'll do it as good as Urvil is. Urvil is a 20-ball innings guy, right now. I mean, at best.
20 ball 40, right? That's his
20
that's
ball
his ideal.
40. Just like strike at over 200 and then go.
That's ceiling. Pretty much. Otherwise, it's 15 of 8 balls and he's out.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Ideally, the top three stays the same.
He will. So the point is that Urvil, I feel, if he lasts beyond the power play, he'll get out.
Yeah, that's for
Good.
sure.
So you want somebody to take advantage of the power play and then carry on, right? Give yourself
Yeah.
a start by hitting it over the top, and then you continue beyond that. Sarfraz is very good at taking gaps now. Very, very good. Urvil tries to hit everything over the top. He's a little bit of a one-dimensional player at this level. So far, what I've seen um, last year as well as this year, I haven't seen you haven't seen long enough innings from him. So
Fair
can he
enough.
get
Yeah,
100 or 45?
that,
My answer to that is no.
Yeah, and
I don't think so.
Safraz can, right? So
Possibly
there's two, three
with a lot
potential
of luck.
spots
Yes.
that Safraz. There's two or three potential spots where Safraz comes in, but I have a feeling they're gonna go in unchanged, and I hope they do. I hope they don't pull another boneheaded move and drop a keel or something really stupid like that, which they're very capable of. Let's not be mistaken there. But yeah, that's all from us, right? Anything else, Karthik, Nirav, Dorian, want to add on before we wrap up for the night?
no, not really.
I think that's about it. But yeah, it's an interesting day to look forward to. Rain in both places. There's rain that is being
Oh,
spoken about in Chennai. Rain spoken about in Raipur because the field was under covers. But one of the RCB fans did mention that practice happened today. But yes, the rain threatening to disrupt both games, and there's also rain in Bangalore where we are, where it's been very heavy rains this evening. In fact, not been able to go out. But that said, it's an interesting night to look forward to because tomorrow it's like a blockbuster Sunday. CSK is playing, RCB is playing, and yes, there are a couple of minnows playing ninth and 10th place. I never thought I'd say this to a Mumbai Indians fan, but Mumbai Indians unfortunately has this arithmetic progression: 10th in 2022, 4th in 2023, 10th in 2025 or 24, 4th in 2025, and again, you know which position they are exactly at. So yeah, it's been quite the rhythm for MI 10 4 10 4 10. But that said, that's all we have. 60, 70, 72 minutes into the conversation. We're having 47 people. Thanks to all 47 who stayed up with us tonight. And hope you join us tomorrow night. We might start early. We're liking this 10:30 start. It allows us to also do a little watch along and have live perspectives in the game rather than have very tight perspectives. So yeah, that's it from the three of us. I'm not sure Nirav is around. Nirav, I can see, is not at his table, but that'll be it from the three of us. Or Nirav is just about to come, just as we say bye. Nirav is there with his coffee, and he's just joining us. Till then, good night, and see you tomorrow night. Super Sunday.